Now, the train of thought we're going to pursue in this particular show started a while ago when I was doing an interview for a local newspaper, and I thought the interview started with a difficult question. I don't think it was a particularly nice opening question. See what you think. The opening question was, do you think you're a Marmite sort of person? Do you think you're a Marmite sort of person? And by the way, those inverted commas, that isn't my interpretation. That's not a tone of voice thing. They were there. She put them there with her fingers. There were air quotes. Now, doesn't that seem like a tricky question to you? Because surely what that means is, I hate you, but my flatmate kind of likes you. What do you think about that? Or possibly it means, I kind of like you, but my flatmate hates you. What do you think about that? Either way, I don't think it's possible to answer it without sounding like something of a wanker. If I disagree, she'll make it sound like I've said, me? Nobody hates me. And if I agree, it'll sound like I'm overly concerned with what people think of me. So I tried my hardest to answer it in a self-effacing way by saying, well, I just do what I do and leave it to other people to think whatever they think. And I think the important thing is to not invest too much faith in the praise or the abuse because it's all just words. And then she went, no, sorry. I just mean, do you like Marmite? That's not bloody fair, is it? That's not what are you a Marmite sort of person means, is it? Let me be clear, right? This wasn't an interview for the Yeast Extract Gazette. I wasn't talking to Brackish Spreads Monthly. And if she really did mean, do you like eating Marmite, why did she put the air quotes around the word Marmite? Because that changes the meaning, doesn't it? Do you like Marmite means, do you like Marmite? But do you like Marmite means, do you like, we all know what I'm talking about, and it isn't Marmite. Which is weird because I don't know what she could be talking about. If your mum called you up and said, oh, your Uncle Terry's got a problem with his upper leg, that means he's got a problem with his upper leg. But if Terry's got a problem with his upper leg, he's probably got a problem with his arse. Or his balls. If you put air quotes around a word, you're basically saying, I don't mean this word literally. That's the rule. The one word you can't put them around is the word you actually mean. That's why nobody's ever said, blimey, have you heard about Steve? He's had to have his foreskin removed. No one's ever said that. And it's not as if the Marmite phrase isn't widely used, is it? Everyone in the world knows what it means. The Belfast Telegraph get it, don't they? Neil Lennon, the Marmite man in this column. The columnist says, Neil Lennon is like Marmite. You either love him or you hate him. That's the correct use of the phrase, isn't it? The Independent know what it means. Just like Marmite, our love-hate affair with Marmite. They understand what it means, don't they? Of course they do. On Twitter, everyone seems to understand that. I'm like Marmite. You either love me or you hate me, says this person. I think I'm just like Marmite. Love me or hate me? Question mark. Bit needy, but there you go. This person gets it. Marmite divides opinion. That's the point of it, isn't it? I divide opinion like Marmite. He understands. He understands it, and I'm not convinced he understands the English language. What the hell does that mean? I'm dent without any of the burns? What? What is this madness? I don't know, but it appears to be a madness that redefines the meanings of the words dent and burn, as far as I can tell. What on earth are you on about, man? All these people understand it, so how come I've ended up being interviewed by the one person who doesn't know what the phrase means? Really put me off my stride in that interview. I wasn't really concentrating. In the next 5 minutes, she was asking questions and I was answering them, but I knew I wasn't really listening. I was just thinking about the Marmite question. So after a while, I had to own up, so I just said, look, I'm really sorry, I'm not quite here. Why did you want to know about Marmite? And she said, well, it tells you quite a lot about a person, doesn't it? Because people either love it or they hate it. No, it doesn't tell you quite a lot about a person, does it? It tells you precisely one thing about a person. It tells you whether or not they like Marmite. Nobody is sitting around thinking, if only we'd asked if Jimmy Savile liked Marmite, are they? We could have dealt with it so much sooner, we would have known. Because it doesn't tell you anything about a person except whether they like Marmite. I have actually met one other person who has misunderstood the phrase, but they misunderstood it in a different way. That person is my wife. A few years ago, I was touring a stage show, and the stage show was called PowerPoint Presentation, okay? But obviously, before you print posters and leaflets and send that out and spend the money, I asked a few friends and colleagues, what do they think of the title? Should I do this or should I call it something else? And when I asked my wife, she said, well, it's very, very Marmite, isn't it? I said, is it? I mean, it's just a word. It's just a title. Do you think people are actually going to hate a title? And she said, no, I mean, it does what it says on the tin. You can't get those two mixed up. What the hell have you done to our fence? More to the point, what the hell have you been putting in my sandwiches?